Hi everyone. Just let me know if you're here and how you're doing this morning. We had some beautiful rain here yesterday and I was hoping to do some sun work today, but the sun's hiding behind the clouds, so not possible. Just waiting to see if anyone's with me. So today I'm hoping to work with the elements, because one of the things I'm missing the most is connection with the natural world, which is what we are, of course. So if you look around your house, you might be able to find some objects that correspond with the different elements we'll be looking at. So we're using traditional Chinese medicine and working into the organs of the body, starting with the liver, which is the wood element. Hi Eleanor, thanks for joining. So I have this beautiful dead protea, which dates back to the big fires we had in Cape Town in 2015, which was a very hectic year in my life. And this is a good reminder that even when things are most bleak, it's part of a cycle and a season of our life. Hi, Tracy. Hi, everyone. So look around you and see if there's a wood element. It's really good to be able to hold it and touch it. So maybe there's even fixtures in your house, furniture that's made of wood that you can just touch for a moment and connect with the wood, and try and make the connection with your liver, which is this huge organ on the right side of your abdomen. I realize that when I'm doing the Facebook Live, it's a mirror image. So when I'm saying right, I think to you it looks like I'm saying left. So just follow my words. So it's this big organ under the diaphragm here and very powerful in the body. So connect with your liver and the wood element. And if you think of wood, think of a young tree that's full of potential. It can grow to be a mighty, ancient being, but it's quite flexible as well. It bends rather than breaks. So when we're working into the liver, you want to bring those qualities of wood into your consciousness. So thinking of the bright green of early spring, for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, that's easy. You can look out the window. And yeah, thinking of wood as we connect into the liver. And then we'll be working into our hearts. And the element for the heart is fire. So if you have a candle, please do fetch one now, and we can light our candles together and connect with our fiery hearts, our passionate, creative, joyful hearts. So I'm going to light my candle. Okay, so bringing the fire element and connecting with your heart. And then looking around you, you want to find the element of earth to connect to the digestive system. I've got a beautiful little plant here that was given to me by my friend Nicola. It's a speckboom. So anything that's earthy, and I love the clay pot as well. These were actually her wedding favors to offset the carbon footprint of the wedding. I thought that was beautiful, so conscientious. So if you're fortunate to have a garden, then of course we can go and stick our hands in the dirt, which is something we all need. We actually get a lot of our vitamin B12 from putting our hands in the earth. We really must connect, especially now, to remain grounded and connected to our mother. And that's our digestive system. So the sweetness of the earth. Think of the color orange, that sort of burnt ochre, that beautiful sunset color. And then we'll be working into our lungs, which is the metal element. I've purposefully chosen this gorgeous cross from Ethiopia because the qualities of the lungs are sort of righteousness. And I think it's really important for us to meditate on that for a moment, since this virus attacks the lungs. The emotions that tend to get stuck in the lungs are grief and sorrow, depression. So we'll be working into our lungs and releasing that using the Qigong 6 healing breaths. And then lastly, we'll be going into our kidneys and bladder, which is the element water. So take a sip of water if you have some water nearby. Such a simple way to nurture ourselves and to connect with water, which we mostly are and which our planet mostly is. So very important. Okay, so shall we get started and get into our bodies? Just do a little shake. Honestly, I know it seems too good to be true, but shaking it's essential. So it's one way to let go of tension and vocalize and tap as we did in the first session. Just a nurturing, quick little tour of our body from tip to toe. We like to work from the extremities towards the heart, our beautiful cardiovascular pump, and of course much more than that. Our connection to ourselves and one another. So coming up from the extremities and not forgetting the large conglomerations of lymph here in the groin, so soft karate chop, and under the armpits and under the throat. Breathe it out, big sighs. And I love to do long swings any chance I get, just to loosen up the spine. So remember, hollow fist, tapping into the hollow of the shoulder and then into the kidney. And as we swing, we transfer weight. If you wear glasses, you take them off. You let your eyes just roam. Butterfly blink. Breathe. You can slow it down if you get dizzy. Try not to attach to the end points. Release and your body gets softer. And coming center, we're going to tap into the hip bone. So the hip bones are seldom where we think they are. So feel when you actually articulate in the hip bone, if you squat down, feel where that hip is actually connecting, and using the hollow fist, we're going to tap into the hip. Breathe. Can hear it makes quite a lovely sound. So you might notice it's quite sensitive, maybe in your hands. It's because you are working into the meridians of the body. So be gentle, be mindful, be with yourself. Soften. Breathe. And then into the center of the buttocks. Breathe. Placing the hands on dantian. For women, right hand first, left hand on top. For men, left, right. And we're going to rotate in the hips. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. I see your messages. So I love to weave figures of 8, sort of painting mandalas with my hips. This can make you feel self-conscious. If you're alone, wonderful. Just go with it. Really explore with your hips. So the idea is to keep the upper body sort of still and to really ground through the feet. Feel the whole foot connecting to the earth as you paint your mandalas. Breathe, breathe. Enjoy it. Nice. Now taking those hollow fists, we're going to tap down the outsides of the legs all the way down to the ankles, and then pat up the inside of the legs and just shake it out. It's a simple warm-up. Okay, so coming back to that liver and the wood element. Sorry everyone, technical difficulties. Okay, I hope you find me again. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm a bit of a novice with this Facebook Live story. I'm just waiting to see if you find me again. Okay, thank you Tracy for coming back. Okay, so we're finding our wooden element. I slowly see the numbers piling back in. Much appreciated. Okay, so finding your wooden elements and finding your liver. just placing your hands on your liver. We're going to breathe in the bright green of spring. So breathing in the wood into the elements, and as we breathe out, we want to release any anger that's stuck in the liver. So let's try and avoid going into the stories about the anger because the mind always thinks it knows best. But let's just really go into the truth of the body, our lived experience right now. So not what happened or what's going to happen, but being really present. So putting down your roots and using your breath to anchor you and pull you into the present moment. So hands on the liver, and you might want to hold your wooden object in one hand. As you breathe in bright green, wood, spring, and breathe out any anger, and you're looking deep into the liver with your inner eyes. I'm using Mantak Chia's inner smile meditation. So look left and look right with the inner eyes deep into the liver. And exhale any anger that's been stuck in the liver. And notice that the liver begins to smile. It is in fact a happy, smiling liver. Breathe into that. Breathe into that spring energy. Thanks for finding me again. So putting your wood aside, we're now going to connect with the fire of the heart. So bringing the fire towards you or in your hand, and one hand on the heart, closing your eyes, settling into your heart. You're going to look deep into your heart with the inner eyes. And what we're looking for in the heart is any hatred that's been stuck in the heart. So just, again, not going into the story, just noticing with great compassion and fresh curiosity. We really get into trouble when we think we know. So put everything that you know aside and just be interested and look deep into the heart. Look left and right into the chambers of the heart. And as you breathe in the fiery red of summer. And with the exhale, releasing any hatred that's been stuck in your heart. Just let it go. It's actually that simple. Just let it go. And notice now as you look into the heart that it is a happy, smiling heart. And breathe into that knowing. Breathe into that fiery, passionate, joyful, creative heart. This heart that connects us all. And then placing your fire aside, we're going to connect with the earth element. So bringing in your earth, placing a hand here in the digestive system. You can rub up on the right, ascending colon, across on the transverse, and down on the descending. And rub gently or more firmly, feel into it. Just be with yourself. Remember, we're not trying to fix. We're just being compassionate and interested. Like, see what your body has to tell you right now. It's always changing, ever changing. That's the law of nature. So we're going to breathe into the belly, into the digestive system, connecting with that late summer orange earth, sweetness of the earth. Think of sweet potatoes and butternut. And breathing into that. And then exhaling any anxiety, worry. There's surely a lot of that going around. So really look deep there and notice what's happening and release with the exhale. And now as you look into the digestive system, notice that it is indeed a happy, smiling digestive system. And allow it. Allow those knots to untangle. Those butterflies to settle, even if just for a moment. Happy, smiling digestion. Beautiful. So placing our earth aside, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling much better. We take our metal in our hands, and we're going to connect now with our lungs. So you can place a hand on your lungs. Feel how the ribs expand as you breathe in, and we're looking left and we're looking right with the inner eye into the lungs. Noticing in the lungs any grief or sadness or depression that's been living. Again, Again, avoiding the story, avoiding the analysis, just being curious and compassionate with yourself. Breathing in the white, silvery light of autumn, the metal, the righteousness of it, the courage of metal, certainly what's called for in these days, more courage. And as we breathe out, releasing the grief, the depression, the sorrow from the lungs. Deep sigh, sigh it out, let it go. And looking left and right into the lungs, you see that they are, in fact, happy, smiling lungs, filled with life, filled with courage. And then putting our metal aside, we connect with the water element, have a sip. And going into the kidneys here, just below the ribs in the back, they're quite high up, or into the bladder. For each of these elements in the traditional Chinese medicine, you have a yin and a yang organ. Hi Sandy, hi everyone. Hi Janice, you found us. Yay! Cheers to that. So now working into the water element, we're going to be breathing in the blue-black saltiness. I always think of this gorgeous ocean out here that I'm missing desperately. This cold, blue, salty water, winter energy. So we're going to breathe into that, looking deep into the kidneys, look left and right. And we're seeing if there's any fear that's living in our bodies right now. So again, avoiding the narrative and the rationale and the whole story. Being honest with ourselves in the moment. So sink into your kidneys, into your body. Notice any fear in the body. And know that you can release with the breath. Exhale. And we'll work with sounds and breaths now in our Qigong form to help us. But just connecting with that and releasing, breathing in that blue, black, salty water, winter energy. Exhaling the fear and looking deep into the kidneys, look left, look right. And notice that they are happy, smiling kidneys. They really are. The fact that we're functioning is a testament to the fact that our organs are indeed vibrating with joy. We are part of a dance of joy. So just massaging the torso, up on the right, down on the left. Just feeling this merry, harmonious dance of vibrating, joyful atoms. And just shake it out. And a little bit of tapping wherever you're holding. Can never go amiss. Love tapping here to stimulate the thymus and the immune system, temples. We did some EFT on the first session, so you can revisit that if you've got some emotions you want to work through that are stuck in the bodies, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Okay, so now that I've introduced you to your organs, and for some of us it might be the first time, other than when we're gravely ill, that we're aware of these organs that are just harmoniously supporting us moment by moment. So now we'll use the Qigong 6 healing breaths, which I just love. So for this, if you've been seated, you can stand now and find a comfortable stance. We'll start with the feet together. As always, putting roots down, feeling our connection to our mother, without whom none of us can exist, giving gratitude and thanks. So just taking a moment, connecting with your heart, connecting with Dantian, or the second chakra, the chakra of relationship. And here we meet in the middle. So take a breath into that, sigh out. And then putting your roots strongly down through your right foot and your weight into the right leg, bending the right knee. We're going to step apart with the left foot. So a wider stance. Make it comfortable for you, and you want to sink a little bit. So you let your hips sink down. Just notice what your tailbone's doing. You might tend to tuck yours or overextend, and you want it to just drop straight down. I like to think of it as plug points. So each of my feet is a plug point, and each foot also has the three. If you're South African, you know what I'm talking about. We have 3-prong plugs. And you want your outer foot, inner foot, and your heel fully connected to the earth. And then each foot is a plug point, and Mingmen, or the first chakra, the root chakra, Muladhara, is connecting into the earth. And you can really draw so much energy up through that connection. So feel into that. Place your hands on Dantien. Right hand first, left hand on top. You can interlace your thumbs. If you're a man, left, right. And breathe. Soften the shoulders, soften the jaw. Let go into it, surrender. Sink the breath, just effortlessly. So you're not forcing anything. The breath can just move deep, deep down. Breathe. On the next inhale, the hands are going to float up to next to the ribs, and you're going to breathe very deeply, expanding into the ribs. We'll be working into our liver now, and the sound is sh, sh. And we're going to really take our time. So breathe as much as you need to in between. Don't struggle for breath. So as we breathe in, remember connecting with the wood element, breathing in that bright green of spring, releasing any anger that's stuck in the liver. Okay, so breathing in. Sh. The eyes are wide for this. Sh. Connecting with the heart now, breathing in the fiery summer red energy. We're going to scoop up the chi and exhale any hatred with a kh. Going to work into the digestive system now. Breathing in that late summer earth energy, sweetness of the earth, releasing any anxiety. Breathing in into Dantian. Breathing out, sinking with a hu. We're going to work into the lungs now, the autumn energy, metal. Breathing in that silvery white light of autumn. Breathing out grief, depression, sorrow. And the sound is tse. Tse. Float the hands around and back to your kidneys. Breathing in the blue, black, salty water element, winter, and releasing any fear. Our sound is chue, and we're going to stroke down the buttocks, a little bit down the back of the thighs, and then out in front of us, and then land in the diamond seal, touching, four fingers touching over the navel. So breathing in, chue, chue, scooping the energy back together, the triple warmer, breathing in, opening up, breathing out, chi, breathing in, chi, chi, The hands are going to float up as we breathe in and down as we breathe out. Twice more. On this last one, the hands will rest on dantian. For women, right hand first, left hand on top, just below the navel. Settle, close your eyes. And circling the belly button 3 times in one direction. And 3 times in the other direction. Weight into the right leg, step the left leg in. How's everyone feeling? I just love this practice, really. I find it so incredibly powerful. And obviously working into the organs and the emotions, a lot might arise. Just know that it too will pass, as all things do. So you might need a little shake, you might just be feeling so at peace, which is wonderful. Just find yourself a comfortable place where we can do a meditation together. You might want to bring those elements with you into your meditation. So for meditation, you just want to be as comfortable as you possibly can be in your body. So it's not about sitting fancy. It's about sitting comfortably with yourself. So make things easier for yourself. Sorry, I'm busy carrying all my elements here to my spot. And make yourself comfortable, be at ease in your body. Make peace with what is. Hope this works. There we go. Oh, get a blankie. It's quite chilly today in Cape Town, at least. So make yourself cozy. Nurture yourself. It's lovely to create a little nature table in your house, because for me that's the hardest part about lockdown, is feeling disconnected from the great outdoors. So, and we're blessed to have a garden, so I really can't complain. Okay, so making yourself super cozy, because in meditation your temperature does tend to drop as well. If you have any mpepo or incense, you can burn that now. We're so lucky because the mountains around here are just covered in wild sage and mpepo. And it really does clear the energy and shift. So I'll light a little bit for me and for us. Okay. So settling into yourself, just feeling your sitting bones connecting with the earth, even if you're on a chair or lying in your bed, wherever you're comfortable. Just finding your sitting bones or the bones of your body if you're lying down, and feeling the connection, feeling how the earth is holding you. And taking a deep breath into that and sighing out through the mouth. Placing a hand on your heart. Breathing into your heart space. It's almost as though you breathe directly into the heart. And feel what it feels like to allow the heart to soften, to melt. Soft, melting heart. So try less, be softer with yourself, more compassionate, and notice the effect on the body. Keep calling the mind back. If the mind is wandering, that's perfectly normal. Just gently remind your mind to come back to the breath and the softness of the heart. Let's take some time to notice the parts of our body. Just take a little trip through your body. So you don't have to do anything. You're just mindfully moving attention from one part to the next. Starting with the toes. Just noticing the toes. And see what your kind attention does for your sweet body. Noticing the toes. And now the soles of the feet. And the tops of the feet. And the ankles. Noticing the calves and the shins. And the backs of the knees and the tops of the knees. And the backs of the thighs and the tops of the thighs. The buttocks and the hips and the groin. Noticing the fingers of the hands, the palms of the hands and the backs of the hands, and the wrists and the lower arms and the elbows and the upper arms and the shoulders. Noticing the stomach and the lower back, and the chest and the middle back and the upper back, and the back of the neck, and the back of the head and the top of the head, and the forehead, and the right ear and the left ear, the right cheek and the left cheek, the right eye and the left eye, the right eyebrow and the left eyebrow, and the eyebrow center. Noticing the right nostril and the left nostril, the top lip, the bottom lip, the chin. Noticing the right side of the body and the left side of the body. All four limbs, the torso, the head. Noticing the whole body. Notice your breath now without changing the breath. Just notice the gentle inhalation and exhalation. You don't have to do anything. Just notice the coolness of the inhalation, the warmth of the exhalation. And now going deep within you, revisiting the organs, beginning with the liver on the right side of the abdomen. Noticing that smiling liver, freeing itself of anger, filled with that spring, bright green energy, the wood element. And then noticing the heart, the happy, smiling heart, fiery, passionate, filled with joy, relieving itself of hatred. Then noticing the digestive system, filled with the sweetness of the earth, freeing itself of anxiety, happy, smiling digestive system. Noticing the lungs, filled filled with the silvery white light of autumn, the courage of metal, happy smiling lungs, freeing themselves of grief and sorrow, depression. Noticing the kidneys and the bladder filled with that blue, black, salty water element, happy and smiling, free of fear. Happy smiling kidneys and bladder, happy smiling body. So breathing into the truth of that and exhaling. Taking another deep breath into your happy smiling body. Exhaling. One more deep breath. We can do 3 Oms together, taking another deep breath. Bringing your hands into prayer position, thanking yourself for your kind attention, your nurturing, most important work. Give thanks to your body, supporting you every step of the way. Such grace, such generosity. And I thank each one of you for joining me. What a wonderful session. I certainly needed it. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Oh gosh, I see a message here from Janice saying I've frozen. I hope that some of you can still see me or hear me. Thank you so much for joining me. I trust that all will be well. Much love.